What's going on, guys? Supersavage 789 here, bringing you guys another video. And today we're doing What If Obito Raised Naruto Part 2. Now, it's been a while since Part 1, so go watch that, because I can't be arsed doing a recap, and we have a lot to cover today. So, after you guys are all caught back up, come back and watch this video, because it is peak. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. Naruto stares Sasuke down, sizing up his opponent. He's here for Tazuna, so he simply needs to figure out the most effective way past him to take him out. And suddenly, both boys immediately come to life, throwing kunai at each other that clash in the air. Taking the opportunity, Naruto leaps to the side to throw a few kunai towards Tazuna, which Sasuke knocks out the air using shuriken. It lets Naruto close in and punch him in the face and knocks him back a bit. Realizing he needs to take Sasuke out first, Naruto leaps at Sasuke to land another blow. Sasuke takes the opportunity to counter by using a fireball jutsu, consuming Naruto in flames. Everyone watches in anticipation as the flames become smoke. Within the smoke, Naruto stands up. While barely visible, it appears like he's a beast emerging from hell. This beast quickly dissipates though, before eventually revealing Naruto yet again. Now, most people who had been hit by that amount of fire would be blistered and charred, but Naruto looked relatively fine. The only difference was his eyes are now a dark red, and his whiskers looked a little bit more chaotic. Sasuke asks who Naruto is, but he doesn't get an answer, getting kicked in the stomach. A barrage of blows begin to land upon the Uchiha, with Sasuke failing to block them. On the sidelines, Tazuna asks Sakura if Sasuke is going to pull through, but she simply remains quiet, too focused on the battle. Eventually, Naruto decides to finish this. He grabs Sasuke by the throat and lifts him up. As he does, he and Sasuke lock eyes once more. Despite Naruto resembling a beast, it was clear to Sasuke that he looked rather somber. Naruto then grabs a kunai and goes to stab Sasuke in the chest. It impacts, but no blood is dropped. The Uchiha had used a substitution jutsu, leaving both of Naruto's arms locked onto the lifeless log. From behind, Sasuke comes charging in, his Sharingan active as his hand sparks with loud chirps. Before Naruto can react, a Chidori hits him through his back and into his lung. Naruto falls forward, bleeding violently from the fatal blow. Sasuke takes pity on the victim of his attack as he leaves him to bleed out, returning to his teammate and client. As he walks back over though, he realizes that he's not done battling. He shouts to Sakura to look out, barely noticing the man wielding a massive sword, about to strike Tazuna and her in one attack. Instead of moving though, they remain stationary as the sword passes straight through them, as if they were phantoms. Again jutsu. Zabuza would leap backward, using his sword to block some shuriken from Sasuke as he stares at the young boy. Realizing that this will be his opponent, Zabuza tells him he reminds him of a younger version of himself. Sasuke doesn't care though. After his fight with Naruto, his chakra would be running quite low. Wanting to end things quickly, Sasuke tries going for a fireball jutsu, but this is quickly put out thanks to a water dragon. Zabuza chuckles, telling the Uchiha brat that it will take a lot more than tiny smolders to take him out. Activating his Sharingan once more, Sasuke pulls out a shuriken and launches it at Zabuza. He leaps over it, only for it to transform into Sasuke. It goes in to stab him, but he manages to stop Sasuke in his tracks using the water prison. Zabuza begins to gloat in the face of the youngling, who he had caught in the trap, leading to him dropping his guard. He tells Sasuke how he can tell the one he has caught is the real Sasuke. With how he uses fire release, he's not going to be able to escape now. As Zabuza begins laughing, the Sasuke he had caught explodes into a lightning clone. With a large orb of water surrounding it conducting the electricity, Zabuza's body becomes paralyzed as Sasuke rushes in at him with yet another Chidori. Before it can land though, Haku threw a Senbon at him, where he takes the body like normal. Sakura would cast a Genjutsu on Haku to make it look like Sasuke was fine, when in reality he was on the ground barely conscious, due to overuse of chakra. Haku then leaves with Zabuza. As Haku leaves holding Zabuza, he sees something interesting. That boy the Uchiha was fighting earlier had survived, with his wound pretty much healed. Naruto would be hobbling away when Haku knocks him out, using Senbon. It'll be easier to explain to him later, so he will just take him unconscious. Naruto would of course awaken later in a field, next to two people he can't even recognize. Naturally, he'd be quick to see them as hostile and leaps to hit the closest one to him, being the taller of the two. The other one leaps in the way, catching his hand with relative ease. Even though it was a simple block, Naruto can tell the difference in strength between them. Haku smiles, glad to see Naruto awake, as Zabuza tells him to calm down. If they were going to kill him, they would have done it by now. While Naruto isn't happy about it, he does listen for the time being, especially with him still being on the mend. Haku explains how he noticed that interests aligned, so he decided to capitalize on the situation. They could team up against a shinobi to kill Tazuna, and then split the profits between them. Naruto agrees with this idea, secretly planning to cross them both. Little does he realize that Zabuza and Haku have the same idea. Meanwhile, Sakura would carry Sasuke to Tazuna's house, where he'd begin resting. It's clear that they can't abandon Tazuna now, but it's also clear they're heavily outmatched. So Sasuke would send out a messenger hawk back to the Leaf, detailing the situation and requesting for backup. They spend a week letting Sasuke heal up, while they await word from the Leaf. While they had confirmation that the Leaf had received their notice, the Leaf was unable to guarantee they'd be able to deploy anyone else. So it might just be Sasuke and Sakura to fight off any more attackers. Over with Naruto, while he heals up, he'd spend a lot of time on his own. He doesn't really care for people, so he'd just be hanging out with himself. One of these times though, Haku would end up running into him. Getting defensive off the bat, Naruto asks why he was followed, leading to Haku chuckling that he's simply there to get some flowers. Somewhat curious, Naruto asks Haku what his deal is. Why does he follow around the browless beast with a sword? Haku explains to Naruto that Zabuza took him in when he was younger, and told him he'd be useful in his plans. Hearing this from someone around his age is interesting to Naruto, as he is in the same situation. So he asks Haku his name, which Haku surprisingly gives. When asking Naruto his name though, he hesitates. Remember, in this timeline, Naruto's name is just Ninetales, so he can't really go around saying it. So he simply just says his name is NT. After healing up, the trio would head off to go and take Tazuna's head. Meanwhile, over with Tazuna, the only guard he'd have with him right now would be Sakura, since Sasuke is recovering back at home. Sasuke would be mostly healed up and planned on heading out today, but Sakura decided to let him rest a bit longer. He would however get a rude awakening upon hearing some men enter, trying to take Inari and Tsunami. In typical Sasuke fashion, he'd take both men out before they even register his movement. He has to do if they're okay before realizing that Sakura and Tazuna are in danger, so he'd rush off to go and help. With Sakura, she'd quickly realize something is amiss when Zabuza's mist rolls in. She leaps over to Tazuna's side, kunai in hand, as she begins surveying the area. Zabuza would surround her with water clones, laughing that this time the other brat wasn't in the way, so it'd be much easier. She drew a kunai ready to fight, knowing that genjutsu wouldn't be effective in the slightest against the numerous elemental clones. Before Zabuza can even touch her though, they all explode into puddles, thanks to the quick blow of a white-haired savior. Kakashi stands there, glad he made it just in time. The Leaf had informed him his previous students were in trouble, and he couldn't just leave them there to deal with it. And just behind him would be Sasuke, who was glad to see his former master there yet again. The trio then look over to see Zabuza, Haku, and Naruto. When Sasuke and Naruto lock eyes, they would immediately charge at each other with kunai in hand. It wasn't the smart choice for either party, but it was something they had to do. Here though, they'd both realize that the other is an opponent they have to get serious on. So off the bat, Naruto would be using some Kyuubi chakra, and Sasuke would be using his Sharingan. Sasuke would recognize that Naruto's chakra is different, and would be worried, asking Naruto what this is. Naruto doesn't answer though, taking the opportunity to throw another haymaker that damages the Uchiha. Clearly his wounds haven't fully healed yet, and Naruto is going to abuse that. He'd recognize the Sharingan, and knows the danger of it, so he's not going to waste time. Sasuke would create a lightning clone to stun Naruto, which would be successful, leaving him open for another attack. It's a surprise to him however when Naruto leaps forward, tanking the electricity coursing through his veins as he grabs Sasuke and knees him in the face. Naruto then regenerate the damage caused as he lands a hard right hook onto Sasuke. Sasuke be at his limit as he begins to realize he's going to die here. With his life on the line, his eyes begin spinning even quicker. Naruto goes for another punch, but Sasuke dodges with ease. Looking back at Naruto, he reveals his new 3 Tomoe Sharingan. Kakashi and Zabuza would then begin fighting, both recognizing each other from reputation. The fight would be a lot like their first meeting, except Kakashi wouldn't get stuck in the water prison. This is due to him pulling his Sharingan out and breaking free of Zabuza's jutsu with one of the plethora of his. We won't be focusing on this though, as you guys have already seen how this fight turns out. Sakura would move to help, when a kick from Haku pushes her back a bit. Not giving her a chance, Haku throws a few Sanbon at Sakura to turn her into a pincushion. However, Sakura is able to use a substitution to avoid it. She goes for a punch to Haku from behind, but he catches it without even looking, throwing her over his shoulder onto the ground. While holding Sakura, uses the 1000 water needles jutsu to finish her off quickly. She's able to grab Haku's arm with the other hand, and spins herself just out of the way of the attack. Haku goes to kill Sakura, but he's surrounded by rose petals instead. He might have beat her physically, but what about the mental realm? Back with Naruto and Sasuke, the fight would have taken a 180 who was winning, thanks to Sasuke's new power-up. Naruto won't exactly be losing, but it's clear he just can't keep up. His taijutsu is slower than Sasuke's, and his ninjutsu is practically non-existent. So Sasuke is able to beat him up and rushes in close, landing a point-blank fire release attack onto the Uzumaki. In the giant flames, his body is carried off the bridge, plummeting into the river. Sasuke stared over the edge, knowing that this probably won't be the end. As Naruto falls down, he begins to realize that if he doesn't do anything, he's going to die, and dying makes him weak. From hatred of his own weakness, as well as from the Uchiha, he allows more than Ninetales chakra to overflow him. An orange light begins to glow from within the river, worrying Sasuke as he stares down at it. Before he understands what's happening, Naruto leaps up, breaking through the bridge as he lands a hard headbutt to Sasuke's chin. Looking back, he sees Naruto with a one-tail cloak overlaying his body. Sasuke is Naruto what he is, with Naruto telling him he is nothing. He's simply a means to an end. He then attacks Sasuke yet again with this new surge of power. Even with 3 Tomui and his plethora of jutsu, Sasuke gets beaten up badly. It's like Naruto's a force of nature rather than a boy his own age. So within a few blows, Naruto will be stood over Sasuke's broken body, having him at his mercy. After Sakura's genjutsu had finally run short, Haku had the kunoichi in a similar position. But before he can kill her, the sound of chirping fills the air. It draws everyone's attention to see Zabuza restrained by dogs, and Kakashi about to finish him off with a Raikiri. Just like in canon, Haku dives in the way and dies at Kakashi's hand. This hurts Naruto, but not that much. He was more hardened here. He does understand that Haku was a tool for Zabuza, and he did the right thing. Now Zabuza will just slice straight through him to finish off Kakashi. That's when Zabuza hesitates though. It confuses Naruto, but he assumes Zabuza was just fatigued. Zabuza and Kakashi then fight to the point where Zabuza's arms are both crippled. Gato then show up, planning to dispose of Zabuza and Naruto. Naruto would let his aura subside as he walks over to Zabuza's side. He plans on baiting him into an alliance to fight where he'll escape. That's when Gato starts to deface Haku's corpse though. This would annoy Naruto as he shouts at Gato to shut up, lunging at him in rage. He throws a kunai at him that has an explosive tag on, killing him rather quickly. Naruto would make sure to save Haku's body though, out of respect of his first ever friend. Naruto then stands there, staring down the red, realizing he'll need to fight. Zabuza tells him that he's done enough. He thanks Naruto for protecting Haku's legacy, but he's done here. It's time for him to leave. Naruto turns around, seeing the tears in Zabuza's eyes, pulling at Naruto's heartstrings. Why is Zabuza shedding tears over his tool? Was him not cutting through Haku intentional? Did Zabuza truly care for the boy, beyond him being just a means to an end? With millions of questions appearing, Naruto would take his leave, while the rest of the arc goes normally, leading to Zabuza's death. The bridge would probably be called the Great Sasuke Bridge though. Naruto would return back to the reign, with various wounds and no money, disappointing Tobi greatly. When Naruto reveals that he had to reveal the Kyuubi cloak and didn't even kill his opponent, Tobi is furious. He stabs Naruto with a kunai, knowing that he'll heal up from it. As he heals up, Tobi regains his composure once more. No matter. This is merely a setback, and it will be an important learning experience for you. It will make you an even better tool in my arsenal. As Naruto is left listening to his master's words, this is where we'll leave off the timeline for right now. If you guys enjoyed this part, hit the like button and comment down below. It really helps support the channel. And subscribe if you want to see the next part. I know it's been a while since I've done this series, but to be honest, it didn't really interest me. And then I rewatched the first part on a whim and I was like, oh my god, based. So I'm probably going to continue the series. I had like all the way till the end of Shippuden planned out. And trust me, the series is not going the way you think it's going. I think the Land of Waves arc was really cool, because it presented a cool parallel between Zabuza and Haku and Obito and Naruto. I know I sound like a nerd, but like you get what I'm saying. You're picking up what I'm putting down. And yeah, I'm really hyped for part 3 and part 4 and the rest. But yeah, bye.